So we're up here in Los Alamos today with my buddy Bobby O and his friend Leslie Groves. You probably know this guy better as Robert Oppenheimer, but his friends call him Bobby O. But we're not doing a video about the atomic bomb or anything. I think there's a movie that you can go check out in theaters about that. But there is a really cool place in Los Alamos that we're gonna go check out that's more our speed. Let's go. The Los Alamos Nature Center, operated by the Pajarito Environmental Education Center, is a great gem in historic Los Alamos. Cool exhibits, a planetarium, gift shop, and an observation room are all on the inside, and on the outside, trails into the unique topography of Los Alamos. So we're out in Los Alamos today, one of the smallest counties in the entire state, actually the smallest county in the entire state. And we're hiking on the Kinnick Trail with Kristen O'Hara from the Pajarito Environmental Education Center. And one of the questions I had, Kristen, was this rock.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about this rock.
Yeah, so this is a part of the Bandelier Tuff Formation. It is what was the ash flow and ash explosion from a really large supervolcano that exploded here many millions of years ago. So there's actually two. So we have a much deeper tuff. Probably some of this is part of it, but from the Toledo caldera explosion, which was a previous supervolcano that was in this spot. And then there was a much larger explosion from what is now called the Valles caldera that laid down a lot of the tuff that you're seeing here.
Very cool. And it's real soft. So is that how all these canyons formed?
Yes, through erosion over time. Yeah, tuff is extremely soft. If you've ever visited Bandelier National Monument, a lot of those cave dwellings are carved out of the same rock material. So it's very soft, easy to break into.
Very.
So we came across a little cave. I'm going to break some of the rules of caving where you're supposed to have 3 sources of light. I have told 3 people where I'm going. They're standing right here. We're going to go see where this goes. Hopefully there's not a mountain lion in here. So here we are in the cave. It is pretty small, but the interesting thing is it's probably 10 or 15 degrees cooler in here. It's a cool little cave. Oh, what do you know? Here's a pine cone that's been eaten by a squirrel. Probably just caught squirrel poop, but that's okay.
So the soft tuff has created all these canyons, which makes it very difficult for navigating around Los Alamos, but that's also what made it a great spot to put Los Alamos National Labs, because it made it very difficult to get to. So this is a pretty interesting find. We came across a dead raven. There's no signs of trauma, but the staff from the Pajarito Environmental Education Center have mentioned that there's possible West Nile in the area, and that really affects birds pretty harshly. So that's a possibility here, but we're gonna leave it and let it return itself to nature.
Kristen, all through this canyon, we've been seeing a lot of scientific equipment. Are these like secret nuclear sites from Los Alamos Labs, or?
Yeah, good question, Paul. So a lot of this equipment is from LANL, or Los Alamos National Laboratory, which is the biggest employer here in Los Alamos. But in particular, this area, they're testing soil and water quality. This canyon is known as Acid Canyon, and during the Manhattan Project and after, before there was any sort of federal regulation, there was a lot of dumping of materials and waste from a lot of the experiments that they were doing in this canyon. So it was actually fenced off until, I think, the mid-90s.
Huh.
So we just turned and we're heading up the Ranch School Trail. This is the oldest trail in Los Alamos, and it was established when something called the Ranch School was here. One of the students at the Ranch School was a young Robert Oppenheimer, And that is actually one of the main reasons why the Manhattan Project, the project to develop the atomic bomb was established here was because Oppenheimer knew of this place. So the Ranch School Trail, it's also a beautiful trail. So this has been a really cool trip, and it's been really special for us because Kristen actually a long time ago used to be an intern at the Sandia Mountain Natural History Center, and now here she is, Director of Education up here. And I also wanted to introduce Beth, one of the educators. And Beth, how about tell us when people could come see this awesome place on their own?
Yeah, we're open every day except Tuesdays and Sundays, and we're open from 10 to 4. Admission's free, so come visit, come to the center, and then there's all kinds of trails that you can also explore.
PEEC.
Awesome. Really?
P.E.E.C. nature.org.
All right, very cool. Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you on the next one.